Alright, let's learn how to fix and patch a tire. So I went down and bought this guy here, the Slime Deluxe tire plug kit. So according to this, I've already pulled the nail out, which is this guy here. So if this ever happens on the street, this is what you can do. Then I'll go ahead and take this open. So I'll open that up and everything and prep everything, and then I'll be right back. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna find the hole, which is right here. We're gonna put this reamer, so this is what they call the reamer. And we're gonna ream that guy. So it's not a very big hole. In any case, let me get that bad boy in there, and then we'll ream it through. I'm kind of holding this, so as you can see, it's already in there. I should put it in gear so the tire doesn't move around. So it says you want to ream it. It's hard to do with one hand, but that's all right. There we go. So we're prepping that. Yank that guy out. Then we grab one of these, which that's what I'm going to use. So let's set that there. Take it off the clear plastic here. So I'm going to take one out. I'm going to use the shorter ones. I got longer ones, but this hole's not very big. So I took one of the shorter ones. Then I'm going to grab this guy right here, and it says thread it halfway through. I guess that's going to be the trick, threading it halfway through. So it doesn't say anything about opening these jaws. So let me get a screwdriver here so that I can actually open that, because it just doesn't seem like that thing opens up very easily. Now I don't know if it's supposed to or not, but they sure do make it look very easy. I don't know if you're supposed to smash this and slide it through, or open these jaws. Let me do that. You gotta kind of push this guy through, which seems kind of quite the pain actually. But I think once you get it through, you can grab your little pliers. See how I got it right there? So I'm going to try to get it through there. Just kind of threading the needle with something that's really tight. Okay, so here we go. We're getting it in there. Now, halfway through, it's a little, my halfway's off there. Okay, so that's halfway through. So then it says you got to coat, since it comes with glue. We're going to take some of this glue here and coat the center of it. So we'll pop it open. And I'm going to do both sides just to be safe. Because again, if I'm going to run this tire till its end of life, and then I'll probably put some on there too, I might as well, so it gets left behind, go to a good distance. All right, then it says I got to shove it through, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to set this down for a moment. I don't know if you can see. Okay, and that's what I did. I made a big mess, but that's all right. So you shove this guy in, a little bit of this sticks out. And I'm not entirely sure about that glue, but I think I better close this guy up here because it'll be safe for if that ever happens again. And with my luck, it's obviously keeps happening. But I'm going to take this. I'm going to kind of go like this just because you never know. I want that to be in there. And I think these right here, you probably want to cut them off. Again, this is kind of a mess. This is actually my first patch. I've never done this before. So we'll see how that works. We'll let it dry up and go from there, and then I'll air it up, and then I'll come back on and we'll see how that works. So now I'm going to fill the tire with air. This thing's a little loud, but I bought it because it's very handy. Tire pressure tester here too. Kind of watch it because there's no air in this tire. It was when I pulled that nail out, it flattened it all the way. Barely at 20. I'll leave it for a little bit, let it keep going. But one thing I'm very particular about is cleaning off my tools after I use them. See how I got glue there? I want to wipe that off. Keep the tools clean as I can. So these are good things to have in your motorcycle if you got the space. So if that happens, you can definitely check it on a tire gauge. Doesn't add a whole lot of weight, but it definitely helps. And I've got my little motorcycle toolkit right here that I pack inside, and it does pretty well. let's just test it just to see if we're maintaining air in there. Yeah, we're at 32, so we just got to keep pumping it up. So yeah, that's pretty much how you do that, and then you kind of test it and keep testing it and make sure that you're good to go. We got this kit available. So that if you ever run into that, you can actually fix it. Now they say if you get closer to here or in the sidewall, you can't fix them. After that, it's pretty much done. I'm thinking in here, you can run a plug for quite a while because of the thread until it gets way down for the life of the tire. And once you get done with the life of the tire, then you can remove it. But you got to, I do pre-checks every ride, so no matter what, I'm always checking my tire pressures every day when I ride. I'm checking them consistently because of things like this. The last thing I want to be, if I hadn't tested that, I'd be riding out there, if that nail fell out or it just moved around in there a little bit more and my tire went flat, and let's say I was hitting the twisties in double digits, sometimes triple, what would happen then? So you really got to pay attention to that kind of stuff. Now, how long will a plug work for a fix? Some people say it'll work for the life of the tire. It's just a matter of what you're doing, I suppose, but at the end of the day, you do what you got to do. Stay vigilant and practice.